Too bureaucratic, too complicated, too expensive. Brexit poses a number of obstacles. There are fears of catastrophic effects on touring and ensemble culture. Quite ironic is this title. From England with Love is the name of the world premiere that the choreographer Hofer Schechte designed for the Netherlands Danstheater in The Hague. Danced live and streamed all over the world, Schechte's first premiere after Brexit showed why the Israeli who lives in London is one of today's most sought-after dance makers. The piece brings together 10 performers in school uniforms who captured the dreary island magic after leaving the EU in a hypnotic requiem. Schechte's setting can definitely be seen as a personal statement, because flying in artists like him from London, Leeds or Edinburgh at the end of last year became a pandemic-independent problem. Brexit ruined freedom of movement, with serious consequences on both sides of the English Channel. Both the British and the continental dance scene are in the process of measuring the bureaucratic obstacles and calculating the damage. Restricting freedom of movement hits dance just as hard as it does hit the music industry and acting. But there's no celebrity like Simon Rattle in sight who wants to remain a British citizen but has applied for a German passport. This is not least due to the fact that most of the choreographers who furnish houses such as the Netherlands Danstheater with commissioned work have their own company on the island and absolutely cannot imagine crossing the English Channel as a Brexit refugee. The man with the best view of the situation is Alistair Spalding. The director of the Sadler's Wells Dance House in London is one of the most important players on the global dance market, and his theatre is one of the groundbreaking ones in the international dance scene. Spalding focuses on diversity, which is currently reflected in a 3-part online format. Dancing Nation is a kind of show for 15 dance designers who have prepared all types of contemporary for the camera, from hip-hop to modern to classic. This best of can be admired on settlerswells.com until February 26th. Whether an intoxicating rogue fever is rampant at the Rambit Dance, owner Doherty's brood poetic hope hunt and the ascension into Lazarus conquers a street backdrop, or filigree bodies shine under the lazuli sky of the Birmingham Royal Ballet. Like many aesthetic lighthouses, the market and it has produced a brand-affine British dance scene, which can be seen in Dancing Nation. But the lighthouses are shaking. Alistair Spalding predicts considerably more bureaucracy for the ensembles that have close ties to Sadler's Wells. They would now have to apply for visas for each EU country. The National Theatre in London has also postponed planned tours in Europe for the time being. In addition, says Spalding, work permits are required, and he's quite right with that. Sending the stage sets on the road is also complicated, he says. Apart from that, the additional effort naturally costs a lot of money. Incidentally, this also applies in the opposite direction. The Tanztheater Wuppertal Pina Bausch, for example, is a welcome and celebrated guest in London. In the future, it is feared at Sadler's Wells, such stays will also result in considerable additional financial burdens. The House of Rosebery Avenue is still sticking to its invitation policy because, according to Spalding, it sees itself as a hotspot of a vibrant, diverse and truly global community of dance. But if they want to continue touring in Great Britain, the artists from the continent will also have to commit themselves to dismantling the Brexit hurdles. The restrictions not only endanger touring, they also hit the British ensemble culture to the core. Numerous dancers from the EU who are now subject to residence and work permits are under current contract in England, for example, in the company of Akram Khan. The choreographer who enriches Dancing Nation with an intimate format at the site of the star ballerina Natalia Osipova, has so far maintained close relationships with the mainland and has traveled everywhere with his award-winning productions. His manager Farouk Chaudhry explains, more than a third of our people come from the EU, and that's where we earn half of our foreign income. Both are in danger of collapsing, and the company is in danger. We have to fear that European organizers will think about it, whether it won't be too complicated and too expensive to invite us. Chaudhry predicts catastrophic effects for the entire scene if it is not possible to negotiate improvements. Smaller units like the Northern Irish collective of Una Doherty are comparatively flexible and therefore better off. Doherty is considering getting a second foothold in Dublin to keep her foot in the EU door. For now, says the extraordinarily talented young choreographer, we just hope to be able to dance again. One thing is certain, when Corona ends, the Brexit woes will begin fully. There is still time to step on the feet of the politicians, and we will see if they do, like actors and musicians did before. But unfortunately, I believe it won't help much either. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel and to my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.